Ben, just to end off today's news, everything is about utopia in the future, Mission 2025.
Indeed, utopia in the future, the grand transition, the just and sustainable transition from one economic model to a new one, the political process that will facilitate it, exactly as described there by Diane. Thank you for that report. But I think they might be in trouble. And let's start off by looking at what they're up to with Mission 2025.
The UN climate conference COP29 is taking place this week in Azerbaijan. It's a chance for international cooperation and to bridge the gap between world leaders and the private sector. I've been around London to hear from British businesses and experts to get their views on how we can work together towards a just, clean and prosperous transition.
The good news is we are a global economy in a state of transition.
There's a huge appetite for investment in the next industrial revolution.
Businesses are absolutely at the arrowhead. They are the innovators. They're going to make the change happen, and they need support from the ecosystem.
When it comes to climate change, adaptation and resilience, institutional asset owners are really keen to play their part.
Businesses understand the barriers, and so listening seriously to them will allow policymakers to steer towards a net zero future.
Most businesses are ready to run, but now they need governments to create supportive policy landscapes to help them act decisively.
Climate change is still the world's biggest market failure. It runs the risk of destabilising the international geopolitical world order as well as financial markets.
We're already going in the right direction, but now it's a question of how we move at the pace and scale required. Wind and solar are rising to new highs. Industrial transformation is picking up pace. Restoring nature and transforming our food systems is both possible and increasingly profitable. Leaders are stepping up and speaking up. But we still need to move faster and leave no one behind.
Lovely music.
Always.
Mind-numbing.
But it's money and power. Power and money. Money, they're super keen to invest in the next industrial revolution. This is a multi-trillion global marketplace. The City of London's lined up behind it, and they want power, the policymakers, to enable this program. That's what's happening internationally. And as I said, I think they're in trouble. I'll come on to that in a minute. The first thing is to note who's actually leading this. So this lady in the centre there, that's Christiana Figueres. She is involved in something called Global Optimism, and she's one of the main voices in the climate movement, involved with the World Bank and the UN, and recently was at the Palace, which we can see here, to receive a DBE. She's a Dame now, right? So this is, as ever, linked very closely into the British establishment. You can get a bit more background on her, and I recommend that you do by going to look at this article. So this is who exactly is Christiana Figueres. This is on the Winter Oak website. We'll provide a link to it. And she's leading this out on behalf of these people, right? This is the partner list on the Mission 25 website. And we can see in here some familiar names. You've got C40 Cities, so we've got Sadiq Khan in there. We've got the Bezos Earth Fund. We've got E3G based in London, which is like the global hub of all the new blueprints for the transition and new economy they want us to move towards. IKEA, a bunch of corporate money. And we can see Planetary Guardians, that's Paul Polman and the B team. And then the Club of Rome pop up, right? So this is exactly what Paul Raskin was just talking about earlier. And this is the actual mechanics of how this marketplace is delivering this transition. It's how they're driving this thing forward.
And this is the partnership that you're constantly talking about, Ben. And I'll just say, caught my eye at the bottom of the screen as it was scrolling up there, but you've got Unilever next to the University of Exeter. Now, obviously, that's just a coincidence that they're there, but universities next to global big business, nothing to worry about, apparently.
No, absolutely not. And Systemic also, who are in the mix. Now, they issued, that film was put out at COP back in November. They just issued this back in January. This is the Global Mutirão. Mutirão is a Brazilian term, which is a community coming together to work on a shared task. And this is just a really neat piece of communication that I think sums up what they're doing, but also where they're at. And there's some hope in here for me. So they're saying that the darkest hour comes before dawn. A new economy is rising, but we are at the center of this new economy. Our needs, aspirations, and potential. When they say we, they mean them. Yeah, it's not us. This is the partner list that we just looked at. If you read what these people put out, every now and again, they betray exactly what they're up to. We're at the center of this new economy. Yeah, that's what they're saying, yeah? And the power structure that's going to enable it. What do they need to deliver? They've got to accelerate our energy and industrial revolution, protect our abundant natural world, ensure our futures are financed. So all of this is about money. They're obsessed with this thing called climate finance. And importantly, this final slide, this is what gives me hope, how we must respond. We got to end infighting. Yeah, this is like an internal communication thing that they've put out. I don't know if they expect other people to read this stuff, right? But apparently they need to stop attacking allies and embrace different paths towards a shared vision. They all hate each other. Yeah, this is corporate politics. You've got people who've come up through the system by being ruthless and taking other people out, and now they're turning on each other. Right? I think that they're struggling to implement their plans. It says upgrade our tactics. We've got to stop broadcasting and start building a movement. So this is less about media, more about on the ground. Tailor our message, stop ignoring the audience and focus on what truly matters to people. And unfortunately, what matters to people has got nothing to do with the economic, technological, and political transition that they're trying to force us into. Yeah.
Right. That's it, Ben. I think we need to stop there for today's news. We're always short of time because there is so much happening, but each UK column news, we try and get out as much as we possibly can to the audience. So let's end it there. Huge thank you to everybody who's joined us today, wherever you are in the world. We're very grateful of your support, and the more viewers we get, the stronger UK column becomes. Now, I just want to point out that Saturday's event was wonderful. We're going to look to have another one in the autumn, and next year is our 20th anniversary as UK Column News, and we're going to look to have a special weekend event, so stay with us for all of that. And my last comment is, yes, we did invite the director of GCHQ to come and enjoy the day on her doorstep, but unfortunately she was much too busy to attend and actually discuss her work with the wider public. A great shame. Let's leave it there. For members of the UK Column, stay with us because we'll have UK Column Extra in just a few minutes. Bye-bye.